21st century has been called the urban century by UN Habitat, which is the United Nations agency responsible for sustainable human settlements. This is not only because more and more people are living in cities. In fact, over 50% of the global population now lives in urban areas, and this trend will continue. It's also because of the strategic importance of cities in relation to sustainable development and the green economy. Furthermore, it's increasingly recognised that policies by international bodies and national governments need to be implemented at the city level to have an impact. Cities play a dominant role in global consumption, production and pollution, and they are associated with some big problems like air pollution, greenhouse gas emissions, waste and poverty. But the concentration of population, activities and resource use in cities also brings potentials for important efficiency increases, as well as for multi-purpose solutions combining different sustainability goals. Cities are also centres of innovation and creativity, where incredible change is possible. Now, the emerging concept of sustainable urban transformation places a strong emphasis on structural transformation processes that are broad, multidimensional, and have a potential for radical change. These processes can effectively direct urban development towards sustainability. It also means understanding cities as a source of possibilities for sustainability, promoting active collaboration among diverse stakeholders, and integrating different perspectives and bodies of knowledge and expertise. There are three key areas to discuss when it comes to sustainable urban transformation: governance and planning, innovation and business, and lifestyles and consumption. When we talk about governance, we mean the act of governing rather than government itself. Governance involves multiple public and private actors in debates, conflicts, and power struggles, as well as interactions between international, national, regional, and local levels. It also relates to processes and decisions that seek to define actions, grant power, and verify performance. Government refers to formal structures or systems by which a state or territory is organised and governed. Effective strategic planning and the integration of policy instruments is very important. Such efforts should be interconnected across sectors and be adapted for specific urban and national policy conditions to ensure empowerment, engagement, and collaboration of relevant stakeholders. But for strategic planning to be effective, there are three key policy challenges that have to be taken into account. Policies must be ambitious, but politically and economically realistic. Policies must be developed quickly and with flexibility for rapidly changing urban conditions. And contradictory policies have to be eliminated. There are also significant...
We have 75% of the world population living in cities, and I would argue that the number one challenge for cities is actually not inside the city. It's to recognize that it has to be sustainable in its entire inflows and outflows of energy, of water, of food, of all materials. So to see itself like a part of a wider ecosystem so that you plan every urban area for every citizen, that it keeps itself within a circular economic model in terms of resources in and out. And the second most important is to build resilient cities.
So how are leading green cities around the world responding to this enormous challenge? One of the most ambitious climate action plans has been adopted by the city of Vancouver, whose goal is to run the city on 100% renewable energy by 2050. Vancouver's plan focuses on vibrant and inclusive neighbourhoods and creating a city that meets the needs of generations to come. They intend to achieve this by working with a broad range of stakeholders throughout society.
When I first campaigned for mayor in 2008, one of my key priorities was to make Vancouver the world's greenest city by 2020. So we put together an action plan, worked with citizens and businesses and neighbourhoods, put together 10 targets in water, food, clean air, green business, green jobs, reducing our carbon, reducing our consumption, and zero waste.
At the beginning, we were worried this was too much for people, like that they wouldn't be able to see a point of entry into it, and we were totally wrong. We've had over 35,000 residents, 180 organizations who engaged in writing our plan, tens of thousands of residents who've been involved in implementing, because when they write the plan, they own the plan. And as a result, we've had over 150 separate cities.
Energy consumption related to housing is responsible for approximately 30% of Sweden's carbon footprint. Energy efficiency, transition to renewable energy, new design and building standards, and awareness raising are examples of how Swedish municipalities work to reduce the housing sector's impact on the climate. Gothenburg, Sweden's second largest city, has been a pioneer in the development of passive houses. The first passive houses in the country were built in Lindås, just south of Gothenburg. Hamnhuset, with its 115 apartments, heated almost exclusively using surplus heat from electric equipment and the residents' own bodies, as well as from the sun, is one way forward in terms of innovative housing construction. Moreover, the Gothenburg region offers a wide range of key players within sustainable building, design and urban development, thereby taking on the role as a node for knowledge exchange and climate-positive actions. The city of Stockholm, with its projects in large urban regeneration, as well as new development, is leading the way towards a low-carbon city. Stockholm Royal Seaport, which is expected to be fully developed around 2025, with a total of 10,000 new flats and 30,000 new jobs, aims to reduce carbon dioxide emissions to less than 1.5 tons per person by 2020. The area will be a fossil fuel-free city district by 2030. The refurbishment of older residential areas is equally as important as new developments. In Europe, 1/3 of the building stock is from the 1960s or 1970s, with poor energy standards and an urgent need of refurbishment. The project Sustainable Järva is an investment in ecological, social, and economic development of a suburban district from this period. It is estimated that the refurbishment methods will reduce annual energy consumption by more than 50%. Methods with potential for worldwide replication.